Hello everyone, welcome back to Governor Rides. At the end of the riding season in 2025, we took our Harley to Wisconsin Harley-Davidson to store it until April. Part of the service they offer is climate controlled storage, battery tender, and they also do a full inspection of the vehicle and see what work needs to be done. They sent us an estimate, and this is what they found. So I'm doing it a little bit differently today. I've got the laptop here in front of me. Just going to go through the estimate, scroll down and read it out to you. So part of the 25,000 mile service is O-rings, bearing kit for the steering head or neck bearings, whatever you want to call it, the price for the oil, the filter, and then the labor, of course, to replace the head bearings. That comes to $1,249.84, and I apologize if you just spat your beverage of choice all over your computer. Next one down is replace the front tire, which I thought was okay, but you know, that's fair enough. They're giving us an estimate. Valve stem, tire, bearing roller. I'm not quite sure if they grouped various things in here. ELEM. I'm going to put this up on the screen as a screenshot so you can see it. Makes more sense probably. Roller bearings, tire and disposal, mounting and balancing. Total price $638. The rear tire. Now that one I did know that needed replacing, so I get this one. Valve stand, the tire supplies and disposal. Mount and balance comes to $594.55, which they have the bike, so I mean that includes removing the tire. Great, doing all of that. And then there's ABS fluid flush, and then the price for the fluids, etc. That comes to, and of course labor's involved in all of this, $316.95. And actually, yep, that's about it. So I didn't faint. I knew, you know, when you go to a dealership, you can kind of expect that they're going to give a proper estimate based on what they feel needs to be done. It's up to you to decide what you want to get done. So coming down to the end of this estimate here, the final price, grab onto something firm, to do this whole project was $2,941.83. That does not include, oh, it does include tax, I'm sorry. Yeah, there is tax involved on there, which is $140.11. So all in all, you put a deposit down and you can pay for all the work to be done over the next few months until you go and pick it up, like a layaway plan sort of thing. So I was looking through this and I thought, well, you know, there's a lot of money involved, but you know, there's a lot of money involved in owning Harley-Davidson motorcycles. So I thought, well, what of this can I actually tackle myself? First of all, I know for sure I can't do the tires. I just don't have the setup for it. So if they could do that tire for me, the rear tire, I'm not going to touch the front. The front looked okay to me, but it will need doing at some point. So I can either have them do it for the $594.55, get them to do the whole thing start to finish, or I could pick the bike up at the end of the season, go home, faff around with it, take the wheel off and take it back to them to do the tire. I don't know, maybe I'll just give them a bit of business. You know, I'm not anti-dealership, but I'm also anti-spending money where I can get it done maybe at a private shop, quiet little shop that will do work like that. So there's all these things to consider for the next few months. One of the reasons why I'm putting this up is so, you know, get your feedback as well. The front tire, as I said, I'm going to leave alone. ABS flush and all that, you know, that's another thing that, you know, can I do that myself? Look at the YouTube community and see who's got a video up. The main thing is the neck bearings. Now, it is a 25,000 mile service. I doubt they put a pointer on it and did the wheel drop test. Otherwise, you know, they probably would have billed me for that. Now, I could rig up a pointer and do that myself, but to be honest, it is a 25,000 mile recommended or required service. I don't know what the terminology is there. So I thought, well, you know, can I do this myself? I did look around on YouTube. I did find one guy's video, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll try and find it. They did the full neck bearing replacement on a Harley Davidson. And if you know of somebody that's got a video up, or if you've got one yourself, you know, I'd really like to hear from you. I've got 2 toolboxes full of tools. I have some mechanical background. I'm not a motorcycle mechanic, and I will stress that. But I have hands-on experience. I built mobile command vehicles for a long time, and I kind of understand what has to happen to get a project like this done. The only tool I might need is a bearing puller. Alright, big deal, you can get one of those from Harbor Freight. The amount of times I'm going to use it, it doesn't really matter. I don't care, you know, I'm not going to get a high-end one. But I've seen people using Harbor Freight tools, Harbor Freight equipment like that. That's fine, no issues with that. If it breaks, go and buy another one for the cost they are. Might even have to make something up. So my question to you is, and I'm sorry I'm looking up at a monitor. I've got a monitor now set up in here, so I apologise if my eyes are above the camera, but it's going to be a habit for a while. So look at the camera, I can see what you're up to. Cheers. Yeah, so do I tackle the neck bearings myself? I would like to probably have a go at it, and I'm sure a lot of that labour is taking all of that crap off the front end to actually get to where you need to be. And I'm thinking that's probably the majority of the work that's involved. What I did neglect to mention is that I have a 2017 Ultra Limited. As you know, they're all plastic at the front, or whatever that is, fiberglass. There's a lot of stuff to come off to actually get to that bearing. So I could save some labour there. I could jack the bike up, get it up off the ground, get a friend to help me. Why not? I'm kind of excited about having a go at it. So for the next couple of months I'm going to dig around, see what's involved, ask some questions. Probably will have the Harley dealership do the rear tyre just to give them a bit of business. I have nothing against Wisconsin Harley Davidson, and any other Harley dealer that I've dealt with, they've always done right by us. I know not everyone can say that, but again, you know what you're getting into when you go to a dealership, that it's going to be expensive labour-wise. Just the nature of the beast. It's up to you then to decide how you want to go. So, I will probably have them do the rear tyre, but I think I'm going to tackle the neck bearings myself. So, the first thing I really want to do is to put it out to you. What do you think? Have you done this? Can you recommend a video? Are there some things that I maybe need to be aware of? Is a Harbor Freight bearing puller tool going to be sufficient for this? Can you recommend something? I'm not going to pay for a high-end snap-on or something like that. It just isn't worth it to me. But I also don't want to buy something that's likely to break during the job, because if that happens, that's a nightmare, because the bike's suddenly down for a while. So, interested in what you think. I appreciate all your feedback as always. This year it's been off to an interesting start. Those of you that have been following my videos in the past know that I've had some hand problems. I had a hand injury at my previous job. I've now left that job and just working at a nice comfortable insurance agency with my son, who owns the business. Well, I'm having a busy time of it, but I'm sitting down all the time now, and it's taken a lot of pressure and pain off of my hand with the job that I did before. But on the other side of that, I'm kind of anxious to get back in and do some mechanical stuff. So I think this will maybe satisfy my craving to do that. Right out of the gate this year, we've had some sickness in the house. I broke a tooth here just a few days ago. It completely split, and it's been agony. I was in the chair for an hour and a half while they had trouble getting the root. And today's actually probably one of the nicer days where I haven't needed the codeine or anything. So it's been a good start, hasn't it? Hope yours has been off to a better start than mine. The Triumph is that's still on my mind as to what I'm going to do for 2026. I think what I'd like to do is add a different seat to that. Looking at maybe a Corbin. A friend of mine sent some links over where you can customize it. It's almost infinitely customizable within the parameters of their configurator. And also I've ordered a brass spun fuel cap for that as well, which I think is going to add some nice little accents. That's all to come. Anyway, getting back to the Harley, sorry I tend to wander here a little bit, but I want to keep my Triumph friends happy as well. Please feel free to drop some comments. I really am seriously interested in what you have to say. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic, and I certainly haven't done a huge amount of mechanical work on Harleys in the past. So this is kind of a beginner project, but I think there'll be a lot of satisfaction in being able to say that, yeah, I got this done with your help. So whatever you can offer is greatly appreciated. As always, we appreciate you watching, we appreciate the likes, we appreciate you subscribing. Most of all, we appreciate you. Cheers for now. Have a great 2026.